I think what Warren did was giving away such a significant amount to the Gates Foundation with essentially no strings attached, no naming rights. He didn't say, oh, rename it the Gates and Buffett Foundation. It was really an unbelievable charitable gift. I think inspired everybody. One piece of it, I think, got some people concerned, and you even alluded to it today, and I understand why he did it, was 10 years after your death, it all has to be given away.
Yep.
How much of a burden does that create, that amount of dollars being deployed that quickly? And do you worry about that? Do you try to make sure you keep them healthy?
Absolutely. I mean,
we try to switch him from Coke to Diet Coke, but it's not working.
Diet cherry Coke.
Except changing my diet.
We care a lot about Warren's health. No, it's interesting to think at some point we'll have to increase the spend rate. We haven't gone with the 5% spend rate. We're closer to 7% at this point, and there may even be some things that would drive us a little bit above that, that are particular things we want to get done. So we're not really driven by the minimum, but we're at 7% now. We'll effectively have to be at more like 8% during that 10-year period. And so we will get back into a mode, which we haven't been in recently, of making sure we're hitting the threshold. I think because we've had so much time to learn about various things, it won't be a problem at all. That is, those dollars will have just as much impact as the other things we've given. But it's fascinating. Our time frame is more like 20 or 30 years after we pass away. So you'd call that a pretty small difference point of view. There are other people who believe in perpetuity, and that's perfectly fine. There were some historical foundations like Rockefeller that's sort of perpetuity, and there's some that aren't as well known that spent their money. The more you think about it, the more having a finite limit, I think, makes sense, because you can really go after a particular thing and count on the rich people of the future to understand better what problems need to be addressed and exactly who should go after those problems.
I think it's worth saying that, Warren has influenced us hugely in our giving. I mean, hugely, in terms of, originally when we set our will up, we said, okay, the foundation would live, 50 years beyond the last of us. We've recently moved that into 25 years. Warren's thinking about don't leave it to your children. That's influenced us hugely. Take big risks. Don't swing. He says swing for the fences. Don't go for the easy pitches. I mean, that rings in your ears, particularly when you're going to do something that takes some guts, right? And so it's worth saying that he's just been an unbelievable inspiration to us and continues to be in this philanthropy. And I would encourage all of you, to think about what you want to do. You will inspire others the way Warren has inspired us, and it really is something.